as you can see, everything's more or less dry down here. A little moisture here was, I just got down here just a couple hours ago. I turned the sumps on, had a little water on the floor here. Other than everything else right now, after this big storm, is still dry. So I got a little wire to move out of the way here. I've tagged these pipes so we don't bang our heads on them. Like I said, I'm trying to do as little as possible to interfere down here, and actually having headroom. So pipes are marked. Sump there, sump there. They're all set at the height of the outside brick there, which is about where the floor should be when it hits inside here. There's one in the room down there, which is lower than the actual floor will be in that room. So we may have to set like a piece of aluminum around it as like a collar just on the outside as we pour a little bit of concrete around it. I don't know what else to do there. So go to the other side, same deal. Got a little debris we dumped over in the hole over there. Kind of fill that in a little bit and not have a hole out of the basement here. A couple pieces of wire to move. We originally had power washed all this in here, and then the storm washed a bunch of muck back up in the room, unfortunately. So pretty much, like I said, what you remember seeing before, except it's dry this time. And about every 6 feet or 7 foot, there's a light down here now too. So there's plenty of lighting down in here. Once again, where the wash in would have come from the storm here recently, you see a little bit of silt. So our goal is to have that up about, high enough to not have to deal with that. The one thing we will have to do here, I put these pieces of treated lumber underneath of that lintel there, just to give that wall a little bit more support because there was not a ton of overlap. So when we actually pour the floor, the only thing we have to do is mark that the height of the floor on the inside and center board, and it solves all that off. So I can help do that if we need to. I also raised the pipe. The pipe was too low before, so I didn't want it in the actual concrete itself. In the back part there, it is still in the back area. I've laid some foam over it. I'll lay some peanuts inside of that. So the concrete won't be super thick there, so if I ever break something, have a problem, and have to get to that, I can just take a hammer and break it, and I can get to the pipe without damaging the pipe. Hopefully never have to, but you know how life goes. So once again, all the water's been turned off down here. It got cold last week, and I didn't want to have to worry about running down here to fix a pipe. So water's off. As I said, these rooms are done. You can see that sump's down a little bit lower than the floor here, probably about 6 inches. So like I said, we maybe just need to lay a collar around that to make up the difference.